Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 28 of Europa Universalis IV as Venice. Things are going quite well. We've managed to split the Ottomans in half now. Great Britain is no longer rivaling us. There is still a little bit of piracy going down. Like it says, the whole idea of a privateer is it flies under the Jolly Roger, so you don't know who it belongs to. But if I mouse over it, it clearly tells me it belongs to Spain. I wonder what. I'm just going to unmothball my heavies. I've got a theory. It's probably a crap theory, but it's a theory nonetheless. I want to see what happens. I want to see if I can actually hunt for pirates. So that's a send on a privateering mission. There used to be one that allowed you to hunt for pirates. Is that still there? Hunt pirates. Sending a fleet to hunt pirates will reduce the efficiency of privateers in the trade node. So it reduces the efficiency, but it doesn't say that it gets rid of the privateers. Well, actually, let's just leave those mothballed because it's costing us a fortune. I noticed that the Ragusan separatists were going down. The Ottoman separatists are likely to fire. Let's get you moved over here. It's probably Constantinople that's going to be the issue. Let's just take the lights and let's just tell them to hunt for pirates at the moment in the Venetian trade node. See, there is some pirates there. Now, are you going to run into them? See, I think if you have a fleet that is hunting for pirates, and there are pirates in the node, you should be killing those pirates. Right, well, our leader's now a 666. We've lost the trade protection CB against Spain. See, they have privateers. But we can't really do anything against those privateers, which is what I find strange. I think privateers should... I think if somebody has a fleet set to privateers, they're pirates. They're flying under the Jolly Roger. So, as a result, they should be... First of all, you shouldn't know who they belong to. It shouldn't tell you. It should just say privateers. And they should be hostile and a free-for-all. So if somebody wants to send privateers to go and harass a trade node so that they get power projection, that's fine. But you should be able to just go and sink those privateers because they should count like rebels do. They should be a free-for-all. So I think that's a little bit of... You see there again, I've got that CB against them now. I should continue to fabricate claims on Naples. Let's go for a Brutesy, because if we can get that one, then we've got a province that would be next to Florence, the Papal State, and Naples. Even though, of course, we are adjacent to Florence anyway. A couple of provinces up here, so we could take those. Savoy's got a little bit of space down here that I'd prefer if they didn't have. But, no, I'm not giving you military access, Savoy. You can go and do one. We're actually in first place at the moment, points-wise. Let's take the Prestige, because we've got plenty of Diplo. Now, are there any other provinces that I want to fabricate claims on? We can actually probably start coring that last province. Yes, we can. Let's go and start fabricating some more claims against the Ottomans. Let's fabricate a claim on... Actually, I would like to take that island. Have we finished coring Constantinople yet? Not quite, but we're close. So, we might do just a little bit of... Do we need all these buildings? Yeah, we probably do. They've got a shipyard, which is nice. They only produce grain, which is a bit crap. Now, or we could just go ahead and build the fort here. I think there is a building slot, actually. Yeah, there is a free building slot. Let us go ahead and just make this into a fort, then. Because that'll make it really difficult for... even if the Ottomans cross over into Constantinople, they're stuck in Constantinople because they've got to siege it. If they cross from Bigger into Edirne, then they're still stuck in Constantinople's zone of control. That is, of course, assuming that the AI doesn't just ignore zone of control like it does most of the time. We could take tech, but we are still ahead of time. Obviously, we're a little bit behind on admin because we have been coring, but that is fine. Do I want to take the ahead of time penalties and grab these? I think I'll take the military one. I don't mind doing that. The Diplo one, we're not quite at the cap, so we can wait a little bit for that one. Let's go ahead and upgrade our unit types. So that's not a bad thing at all. And we've got our stupid revolt. Where are you? Right where I expected you to be. Are we seriously going to lose that battle? Light ships. Let's put you all together there. Oh, you know why that happened? That's because these guys were just currently recovering from me upgrading the unit type. So they had low morale to start with. That was just bad timing. I should have been more vigilant and mindful for that. Can we have some rolls that aren't complete shit, please? Thank you. At least we won that. So that's going to cost us some more man. Actually, no, that's not true. We do actually have some manpower now. So I did say that I'd like to get at least one more cavalry. And we'll have to try and come up with some sort of balanced armies. We've got a force limit of 93. So I say we have at least 4 stacks of 20. And what we should probably have, and we'll create the template for this. Can we pause, please? What is a good template? Well, I like to call it the standard 20. And that is usually 8 infantry, 2 cavalry and 10 cannons. And the reason for that, it means you've got... Obviously, you're always going to have sufficient support because it's 8 to 2. You've got 10 cannons in the back row. So your back row is 10 and your front row is 10. So you've got the same width. And it means you've got cavalry on either side of the infantry to flank. So it's a fairly decent build, and we'll sort of aim for doing that as much as we can. So we're not currently involved in any wars. We've got another potential rebellion, which is the Mamlukian separatists this time around. So we should probably go and deal with that. Ragusan separatists have actually gone away. So let's go and pick you guys up. You guys are going to go to protecting trade in Venice, because that's what you do. We are making money now. It's not a huge amount of money. I'm not going to drop my maintenance at the moment. I mean, we do have a lot of mercenaries. If I didn't have all mercs, it would be a lot cheaper to fully fund our army. We will start getting rid of mercs, and we'll start replacing them with infantry. We will keep some mercs around. I don't intend to get rid of all of them. But mercenaries are expensive. And we need our manpower to recover. Still can't quite grab our new technology yet. There is another conversion. Let's go and work on Adern. What's our mission? Do I even have one? I haven't seen it come up for a while. Tax income at least 60%. Or trade income is that? Trade income at least 60%. Our trade income is currently 56.2. I'm not sure we're going to be able to manage that. And it's taking up the mission slot. So we'll cancel it. We might get a better one. We'll leave these guys down here until the Mamlukian separatists pop up. Because I don't know where they're going to pop up. Is there anywhere around here that we particularly want to be defending? Most of it is dry lands. There is a mount. Sidon is mountains. I suppose if we sit in Sidon, it's slightly better. Because at least if they spawn in that province, we won't be attacking into the mountains. So that makes a little bit of sense. So we've got a cavalry over here. So let's start making ourselves some of these 20 stacks. I still can't get through Austria, which is really annoying. Yeah, we are definitely going to have to try and take Gauls from Austria at some point. Austria still quite likes me. We do have a little bit of border fiction. We have an alliance. Enemy of enemy. Aggressive expansion is nearly gone away. So you used to be able to just walk through your enemy's territory, but it doesn't seem to let you want to do that now. But we'll sort these armies out. There we go. It wasn't in the province I expected it to be in. That is a big stack. That is a very big stack. I am going to go and grab some of these guys from Constantinople, in fact, before we attempt to deal with that. They are trying to siege out a province that has a fort, so it is going to take them a little bit of time. But we'll go and pick up these guys, and the rest of them probably won't need to be in Constantinople. We'll probably want to put them in Adern, because that's where we're actually doing the conversion right now. So you guys get on the boat. And boats go and drop off down here. And then let's get the rest of you in Adern. It's not a big stack, which is not helpful, but it will help to reduce the unrest there slightly. As soon as we've dealt with these guys, we can get back up. We are converting down here, of course, which is part of the problem. Is that all of our overextension gone? No, we've still got one province that we're working on. Which is not too far off. It's nearly done. Okay. Let's go. What leader do we have here before we just face roll into that one? Where's our good leader? Well, you are our good leader. You're the guy with 5 maneuver. Yep, you go down there and stomp face. So we won't get a river crossing there. We'll recall our diplomat from France. Excellent, whatever that is. And we should beat that up fairly easily. Yep, fine, brilliant. There's a Byzantine separatists, so we need to get guys sort of back up in that direction. That's fine. Again, we do have a lot of mercenaries, so that is costing us... In fact, it's costing... I don't really want to start disbanding mercenaries until I can actually replace them with proper troops, though. That's the problem. You don't want to have a... you don't want to have no army, especially when you've got enemies. I think we could do with a few more galleys, although we're not really making any money right now. I am going to go and get rid of some of these mercenaries. There's 5 regiments there. That'll save us a little bit of money. Just can't afford to be losing this much money, to be honest. That's the problem. Let's go and pick up the rest of these guys. We are making money now. It's just a little bit. Almost finished another corps. Byzantine separatists, Sunni zealots. That's because we're converting down here, so that's not to be unexpected. We've also probably got all rank 3 advisors. It's been a while since I've checked. Yeah, there's only one we've got that's rank 2. We're making a lot of points. Can we take our tech yet? Yeah, we'll take the tech. There we go. So we probably don't need all these rank 2 advisors right now. We could probably make a lot more money if we weren't using them, but that's okay. Attach to transports, and let's go and drop you off in Macedonia. I'm just wondering if it's not worth just trying to find a reason to go and attack Austria, although now we don't have Poland as an ally. That does make that one slightly more difficult, but at least taking Gauls would give me a way to be able to march my troops through. When is our truce up with Naples? 47, not all that far away. Must continue to fabricate claims over here. That is Capitanata, so let's go and do that. Lose 15 army tradition, or our military tech goes up by 5% until the death of our current leader. I'm just going to take the military tech going up for the death of our current leader because we're already 13 years ahead of time and our current leader is 65. It's very unlikely he's going to live to be 78 years old, so we shouldn't have to worry too much about that. Idea groups, of course, we are working on an admin idea group as well as the fact that we are behind on admin tech. We'll get reduced naval and land attrition for finishing our Venetian ideas. If we do form Italy, of course, these will change to Italian ideas. And also, of course, we want our next idea group as soon as we can, because we might want to take like offensive ideas. It's going to be quite a while. We are really behind on admin. Are we admin focused right now? We are not. We're military focused. We don't need to be military focused. We'll switch to admin focus. We're getting as many admin points as we possibly could right now. The only way we could be getting more is if we were at 50 power projection. Who are our rivals and can we insult one of them? We are rival to Ottomans. We have a truce with Spain. We have a truce with England. Do we have a truce with you? We don't. So let's go ahead and send an insult to England. There we go. We're over 50 power projection now, which is good. I'm really annoyed that this one guy can't just get through here. Can we just get military access from Austria? I mean, we are allies after all. Can I just have military access, please? And then I can, like, you know, get my troops together. That'd be awesome. So we've got some guys down here. Let's look at this. Let's try and get these 20 stacks together. It doesn't matter if these 20 stacks are made up out of mercenaries or regular troops. I don't really care too much. We are going to need another cavalry, so let's just get one cavalry on that. Then we'll start splitting off some of the extra ones. You guys stood down there in Ragusa. I'm not too sure why. It does make your army quite cannon heavy, but as time goes on, you're coming down here, are you? That's not good. It does make the army quite cannon heavy, but as time goes on, it does make you stronger because you get that extra shock. Let's put this guy in charge of this army. And we'll go down there and deal with it. I wouldn't mind, but they're not even my flipping separatists. They've come over from somewhere else. High fervour. We're almost capped. But there isn't really an awful lot else that we can take right now. We could go for the stability, but it would reduce our national unrest, I suppose, and increase our... Let's do that then. We'll do that for a couple of months, burn off some of the fervour. Those Byzantine separatists might even go away if we do that, so you never know. Got another missionary almost finished. Right, you guys, no. Just no. Stop it. Stop it right now. There's another conversion done. Let's go and do one more. It is nice having that extra missionary, of course. That's because we hold Jerusalem. Protect against the Ottomans. Have an army equal or larger than the Ottomans, and that actually gives us land maintenance modifier, which would be good actually. Save some money for 10 years. And manpower reserves need to recover. Well, that takes quite some time. We can get our army size up to 62. We're not too far behind it now, actually. We're at 56, so that's doable. We can take another idea now. That would be accepted culture threshold. We are going to take that despite being behind on admin, because accepting more cultures becomes really useful to us. If we have accepted any more cultures, it probably won't tell us until the end of the month. There we go. So we now embrace Lombard and Croatian. Another nice little change that they've made on the idea screen here is the next idea group that you can take actually has this sort of red background, because it used to be because these icons are quite small and the colour is quite subtle, sometimes it was difficult to tell which ones you had and which ones you didn't. So now the next one to take is grey and has a red background, and when you mouse over it, when you can take it, it lights up green, so it makes it a lot easier. So the next one we get will be better relations over time, plus 30%, and then the final one is plus 3 tolerance of heathens, and for completing it we get minus 10% idea cost, which will be really good. We'll also have some policies that we can take. Now I never remember where policies are. They're under missions, aren't they? So we've got the goods produced modifier, which would give us plus 20% goods produced, and that'll cost us Diplo. We're well ahead on Diplo, so let's go ahead and enact that policy. We're currently making 9 gold or 9 ducats per turn. Let's see what it's like with that. Let's get you guys back. Let's keep it unpaused. So 9.01, we won't really know until the end of the month. Let's get all you guys down together. Next month, and we're now making 17.04, so that's all pretty much doubled our income. So that's quite nice. Now we do want to complete this mission, so let's go ahead and see what we have got over here. Let's start making these individual units. So we want to have I only wanted half of those guys. It's shift click, isn't it? No, right click. So let's use all mercenaries for a moment. So we want 9 and 2. Got a mercenary cav there that we could do without. And we want all the cannons. That makes you short 3 cannons. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And the rest of you are all going to march over into this province. So we're building up these 20 stacks. First of all, we want to use our manpower to build cannons and cavalry. And then eventually we'll start replacing some of the mercenaries with our own manpower. But there's no huge rush for doing that. We get up and over the force limit. Let's group you together. We'll do the same thing here. So we want to take half of the infantry, 2 cavalry, and we're going to need another 8 cannons here. So we want 1, 2, 3. Well, we don't have enough money now, so we can't do that. But we'll take the rest of you and march you over here. Another nice addition as well is it now tells you in brackets what your army size will be, including all the units you have in production. So beforehand, it just used to say what your force limit was and how many units you had. So I've currently got 57 units, but I've got 6 in production, which is a total of 63. So that is really, really useful. It saves you having to do math, which is always good. Now, also building some more ships. Call to arms. Austria. This is interesting. Austria is requesting that you come to their aid in the Holy Roman Intervention event against Cleves. This is a war that they have started, and Cleves is allied with France and Holland. This is an interesting one. We either have to side with... I mean, if I decline the call, I'll lose prestige, and it's Austria that I'm going to be at war with sooner or later. I'm going to accept the call, even though I'm not really going to get involved in the fight. I would kind of like to stay allied with France. Obviously, that's not going to happen while we're at war. We've got an alliance offer from Persia, which I don't think we really need. So we're just going to keep building up our units. We've also got these guys down here, of course. We can pick you back up now. I didn't want to detach the mercenaries, that was the wrong button. I want to put you on the transports. I really should learn the shortcut keys for this. Another thing they've done is they've actually added Arumba's shortcut keys now. I never really use shortcut keys. I am one of those I like to click on buttons kind of people. I've always been like that. Even back in the days when I used to play World of Warcraft, even when I used to heal raids, I would do it by clicking on buttons on the hotbar. I'm very reluctant to use hotkeys. I just don't really like doing it. A military leader has died. That was our good general, wasn't it? Oh, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was the one that was not so good. We've got quite a few military points in the bank, so let's go ahead and recruit a general while we've got relatively decent army tradition. He's not bad. He's a 2-3-2-1. How are we doing from our forts? Is it actually giving us army tradition from forts? Used to tell you. Have they removed that? Power protection, army tradition, prestige. Ah, there. I was mousing over the wrong thing. Fully maintained fort 0.85. So I don't have quite enough forts to do that. Zagreb might be a good place to get a fort. I don't have the money for a fort. But Zagreb would give a good zone of control over Laika. Or maybe even on Hum. Because that would sort of block this off. Get attacked by the Ottomans again. It stops them being able to come through here. So getting a fort in Hum might not be a bad idea. We'll have to wait until we can afford it, though. Again, could still do with some more ships. Just trying to sort out these armies. The cannons are starting to produce. Did we actually drop that other army off? Yes, we did. So we're basically trying to do one at a time. You need 3 more cannons, though. So that puts you up to the right size. No, it doesn't. Because that only gives you 8 cannons. We've done another conversion. We've nearly got rid of all of the Orthodox we have in provinces. Let's get rid of the stability now. We don't need that. We're at war now, so we're actually not gaining as much further as we were. Do need to keep one eye over in this direction, just to make sure France aren't trying to kick us. I really should be coming to help you, Austria. I mean, let's be honest, you helped me out when I was fighting the Ottomans. But there again, I'd actually like Austria to get a little bit weaker. We are going to have to try and fight Austria at some point. And I'll probably want France on my side. So a stronger France versus a weaker Austria. I'm okay with that. I see my March has actually managed to go and drop off his 4 regiments over here to start sieging France. Well done. You've now lost all of your transports to the French fleet, so excellent. Hopefully France leaves my lights alone. Do we want to keep this guy again? He's quite old and he's probably going to die, but he's a 666. We can't get rid of him. Really can't get rid of him. I'm going to mothball the heavies. I know we're trying to make money, but with the French fleet sniffing around, I just want to make sure that we can respond to that if they get a little bit too close. Mostly we're not sort of getting out of the Adriatic, really, so we don't have to worry too much about the French fleet unless they actually come in here and try and blockade. Because they might come here to try and blockade because of Gauls. They might try and blockade Austria. Sometimes they get silly little ideas about things like that. So it's worth keeping your eye on that. And you are going to need 2 more cannons. And then we've got a 20 stack here, which is almost balanced, but not quite. Don't have anything spare. You still have a few too many troops. Let's go ahead and get the 8 regiments there. And the cavalry. Truce with the Mamluks has ended. I don't really like having mercenary cav. They're going to be costing me a lot of money. We should probably get rid of that. But we'll do that in another video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying EU4 as Venice. I'll see you guys on the next video. And until then, goodbye for now.